my internet friends, and welcome to another video. Today we are here for a review of some of my heavy hitters. So I'm going to be reviewing Lancome Oud Bouquet, Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Baccarat Rouge 540, Parfums Demi Delina. So I hope you stay tuned for this video and I hope you enjoy my review. So what should we start with? Let's start with Delena. This bottle is controversial because upon first look, it looks kind of stunning. You know, it has a jewel up here, it has this weighted cup, and then it has this beautiful pink bottle. I love pink, the beautiful pink tassels, you know, just girly. But then once you get it in your hands, upon closer inspection, it kind of looks a little grandma-y, like a grandma's powder. It looks stunning on the internet, in photos, in videos, but once you get it in your hand, it kind of looks like a grandma's bottle. It was my friend who pointed it out to me. I was like, you know what, you're right. But let's get into the scent. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful feminine fragrance. Like Sheree says, wear what you want when you want, inspire as much of it as you want. So male, female, you know that this I think is a feminine fragrance, of course, and you can pull it off if you're a male, but to me it smells very feminine. Personally, I would wear it in the spring because I have so many fragrances, but I think this would make a beautiful signature scent because it has that opening note of, I believe it's rhubarb, that makes it very tart, that will help it's pierced through the cold very well. But then it's also so springy and florally and fruity that I feel like it would go really well in the spring. So it would work in hot and cold weathers. But I personally would save it for the spring because it's so fruity and floral and just so girly. Like I think of a girl in her pink dress, her pink floral dress, walking in the garden with beautiful roses, beautiful flowers, just the sun shining through her hair, twirling around. She's happy. She has a boyfriend. They shared their first kiss. Has her hands spread out and her head tossed back, and she's just so happy. And this is the fragrance she's wearing. Okay, this is what Delena gives me. Just happy vibes, beautiful memories. It's really just beautiful. So woman, what does this smell like? I'm glad you are. I'm not a fan of opening. I get headaches very easily. Okay. I'm not a fan of super fruity, tart things. Now, the opening of this is extremely tart, but it dries down very beautifully that I can stomach it. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get exclusive. It smells very similar. The only difference is that the exclusive doesn't have the super tart opening, so I think I'd prefer the exclusive. But the tart opening doesn't last too long. Honestly, the tart opening is done so well. Now, I will say when I opened it, I was a little bit disappointed because it's so hyped up on YouTube. I was expecting my mind to be blown away. My mind wasn't blown away. I was like, this is it. And I think that's just because my expectations were so high. But once my expectations died down and I wore it as a fragrance, you know, with no expectation, I was like, okay, it's not that good. And I wore it. I was like, wow, this is really good. It's musky, it's powdery. That's another thing. My husband said this reminds him of how his grandmother used to smell when he was younger. She said she had this powder, and whenever she would take a shower, she would put this powder all over her hand. She smelled like a very powdery flower. And this is what this smells like, okay? I don't think his grandmother smelled this good, but just don't tell him I said that. It pulls very powdery on me. I noticed a lot of fragrances do pull powdery on me. So I'm not faulting it. And I don't mind it. It's very fresh powder. Like, it smells really good. It also has the lychee that La Nuit Trésor has, that I do not like La Nuit Trésor because of that lychee note, but this is done so well. This with the rhubarb gives it that opening kick that makes it so unique, that even though I don't like that sharp opening, it just makes it so unique and it's done so well. It's not headache inducing, it's just kind of sharp, and I will admit it's not my favorite, but it's not bad enough to make me declutter it or to make me not want it or to make me not want to try anything else from the brand. I really do like it. I can definitely smell the bergamot in here and the rose, and it has peony, and I was like, I see, because I also like Jo Malone peony and black suede. Okay, and it kind of reminds me of this. This is way better. Okay, let's not put anything Jo Malone in the same sentence as this, because Jo Malone is just disgraceful with the staying power. It smells amazing, but then it stays on your skin for 30 minutes and it's gone. This is way better, but it gives you that girly feel. Okay, it gives me the same feeling as that Peony and Blastoise from Jo Malone. It's very girly. It just evokes the same feelings of, you know, just a happy girl. It gives me a little bit, this is strange, but it gives me a little bit of earthy notes in, I don't know what it is, but I just, when it dries down, it gives me, I've worn this, I've been testing it out. But Perfumes de Man, definitely currently in my top 10 for life right now. Next up, let's do the very famous Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Now, Francis is my friend, okay? So we're just going to call him Francis. I'm sure he won't mind. Now, let me just start off by saying this is a work of art. This is genius. There's no other word to describe this. Now, you've heard people say they can't describe this because this is genius. How do you describe geniusness? Obviously, I'm not a genius, so I don't even know the adjective form of the word. But this, the reason people say they can't describe it is because it's everything and then more. It's sweet, it's salty, it's fresh, it's floral, it's fruity, it's dark, it's light, it's airy, it's deep, it's warm, it's cold, it's refreshing, it's comforting, it's everything. Okay. Signature scent. You want to know what signature scent means? This is it. Every occasion, every event, every season, every weather, whatever you have, this will work. CEO meeting, it will work. Date with the bae, it will work. Playful picnic in the park, it will work. Going to have your baby in the hospital, this will work. Going for a funeral, this will work. Graduation, this will work. Going for a fight, this will work. Wedding, this will work. This will work for everything. It's genius, and you can't, it's so well blended, so finely blended. You can't even smell anything. You can't pick up the individual notes because it's so well blended and it meshes up so beautifully. I had somebody describe this as being imitated but never replicated, because the only dupe I've smelt of this, which people say is a really good dupe, is Burberry Hair, which was made by the same perfumer. Now, Burberry Hair, I'll admit, the opening is very similar. But the dry down, the magic of this is in the dry down. It's very high quality. I do pick up something woody. Maybe that's the cedar. I do pick up a fruity, fresh floral scent. I do pick up the ambergris because I have this other fragrance that this smells like, which will be coming in another. I'll be hauling soon, so stay tuned for that. But once I smelled that and I smelled this, I was like, maybe that's ambergris. But this, I will say I'm not blown away by the bottle. I see what he was going for. He was going for the classy, boxy, simple look, but then you turn it around and you get this painting on the inside. The cap is very nice. I think he just didn't quite make it. He missed the mark a little bit. It's very simple, classy, elegant, but almost too simple. Okay, this, I feel like he could have made a bevel. Instead of just doing this straight cut edge thing, there could have been a bevel here, you know, and this could have been a plaque instead of a sticker. And you know how it's beveled here? Even if he had made those bevels here, that could have added something to it. Maybe used a heavier glass or something. I don't know. This is almost too simple to be elegant. You know, simple things are elegant, less is more and everything. But this is almost too simple. But the juice inside, worth every hype and more. Oh, I forgot to say that my only gripe with this. So disappear on you. It will disappear on you. You'll be going hours like, what? This is the fragrance everybody wears about. Where is it? And it's gone, nowhere to be found. And then it will just appear. When I could not smell it, and then one time I had worn it all day, I couldn't smell it. I was going to take a shower. I turned on the shower, and I don't know whether it was the steam from the shower. And before I stepped into the shower, I stood out of the shower for a good 15 minutes smelling myself because I smelled so good. It was like heaven. And that's why I have this packed away. I'm saving up to buy the extrait. See if I can smell that more consistently. I feel like the heat and the humidity and everything in the summer will help me smell this more, because I'm one of those people who go and not make to this. I cannot smell this for most of the day. And for me, wearing fragrance, that's part of the experience. Me smelling it, I like the insides of my nostrils to smell good. Okay, that's why I wear fragrance. And so if for the most part of the day I can smell it, then I take issue with that. But when I do smell it, okay, let me repeat, when I do smell it, this is unparalleled. There's nothing like this. Okay, so let's move on. I've talked about Monsieur Francis's perfume for so long. Now let's move on to this. This could arguably be one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. Surprising. The juice looks to me like alcohol, like whiskey or bourbon. I don't know what it says. I don't drink, but it looks to me like alcohol, and it says oud, and it's everything that's, I mean, I like this flower, but even the flower is so like, it's like done in a deep way, like it's deep and abstract, and that's not me. I'm not a deep person. I'm very light, airy, like girly. I'm not into deep things. I don't like watching deep movies. I like, give me a comedy, mindless action, you know, something like that, I'll watch. When I was going to get this, everybody said Baccarat Rouge is a good dupe for. Also, Baccarat Rouge, I believe when it came out was like $35. Now Baccarat Rouge is close to $60, and Lancome was having a 30% off. So with Baccarat Rouge rising in price and this dropping in price, and they gave me a chance to engrave it for free, so I have it engraved with my name down here with the heart signs, you can see. And the main thing that made me get this over Baccarat Rouge is everybody said they smell similar, but this is less sharp, this is well blended, this is just a better overall perfume. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know I get headaches easily. I don't like sharp things. I don't like things that are too heavy. And so that was the thing that ultimately pushed me to get this instead of Baccarat Rouge. I say all this because this is pricey, and if there's something that smells like it, sure, I wouldn't, you know, I don't want to be out here telling people to spend their money in this, telling people to waste or spend their money in this climate. You don't need any of this stuff, okay? This is crazy people stuff. This is a oud done right, okay? I have 2 ouds in my collection, and both of them done right. Look at this bottle, stunning. This is oud. This is one of those fragrances that you don't take to your nose, because I just took it to my nose and I'm dying here. I almost have a headache. This is one of those fragrances you don't take to your nose. Even when you spray it on your body, you don't take your body to your nose. Okay, this is one of those things that the projection, the whiffs that come to you, that's what makes this fragrance. This is a beautiful fragrance. But this, I couldn't wear in the summer. I could not. It's kind of heavy. Even though it's so well done, beautiful, smooth, well blended, everything. This I could not wear in the summer. It would definitely give me a headache. But this is definitely sweet. You wouldn't think of this as sweet gourmand, but it is. A sweet, can definitely smell the oud, and then when you lift your hand to your nose, which is something I wouldn't advise to do. Just let the wind bring the smell to you. If you take it to your nose, you can definitely smell the oud in there. But when it dries down and you let the wind bring you whiffs or wafts, is it whiffs or wafts? I don't know, correct me in the comment section, whichever it is. You definitely smell the sweet vanilla, you smell the rose, and it dries down powdery on me. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like a lot of things dry down powdery on me, but I love this. It's amazing. It's, again, you smell the saffron, you smell the praline. I love the oud in there. I love it. It gives it an earthy note. The woody, I love the woody. One of my favorite scents in the world is fresh rainwater falling on cement floor, and this kind of reminds me a little bit of that. So that just takes it to another level for me. It's heavy, but yes, soft, creamy, powdery, and I love that about this, and I absolutely love this. These 3 definitely in my top 10 for life. They're not cheap, so I wouldn't advise you to blind buy, but if I could recommend one, the safest blind buy in this would probably be Baccarat Rouge, because it's just everything. It has almost a anesthetic anesthesia. When you go to a dentist and they anesthetize you to do the procedure, it almost smells like it. If you overspray, okay, don't overspray. If I overspray, the first time I couldn't smell it, so I kept spraying and spraying and spraying. My throat began to itch because of that smell, that hospital like smell. I don't know what the correct term for it. If you know what the correct term is, please put it in the description box for me, so that next time I'm describing that smell, I'll know the correct word to use for it. So that's the only thing about this. Don't overspray it. Don't overspray, because this will have you sneezing. If I do 3 sprays of this, on my 3rd one I start to sneeze, so that's when I know to stop. 3 sprays. And this, again, this I feel also would be very safe blind buy for anybody girly. If you like girly if you like girly things, you like doing your nails, your hair, your makeup, I think you like this. So that's my summary on all of these 3 perfumes. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is me blowing you a kiss, and I hope you enjoyed this video enough to come back to my next video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.